How's it look?
Awesome.
I'm,
Looks good.
I'm real and tucked away in a bedroom.
Oh, nice. Good stuff. How was your meeting, brother?
It was good, man. Yeah, things are good. I'm actually doing a bit of rallying right now, interviewing hemp THC beverage founders on the Ready to Drink podcast in relation to all the law changes and stuff like that. So doing a little bit of advocacy work out there to get their stories out.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. I was shocked about the hemp thing. I didn't even know that was happening right now.
So it was some shady backroom deals with Mitch McConnell. It looks like the big beer companies might have paid him some money to slip that in at the last minute. It was like 11th hour slip in too. Like, think about it. It has nothing to do with the budget of reopening the government, and then they slip that in like in the 11th hour.
Yeah, that's you learn everybody does things for their own reasons, and some of those reasons can be really, really detrimental to other people. They don't go like sitting at the dinner table like, I hope such and such is okay. And
yeah, and it's not like, I mean, we've all seen this a million times. It's not like it's unheard of. You know what I mean? Like,
no, not at all.
Considering there's no logic at all, and like you're gonna just decimate a $28 billion industry with 48 hours notice before you slip the bill in. There's, I mean, that's just facts. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. There's no logic.
100%. This is why I love personal development so much, though, because I go, oh, the game's so internal that when you can say, okay, what do I have?
Yeah.
Because sometimes that's all you get to, that's the only question you get. What do I have and what am I going to do?
You're exactly right.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to really just connecting with the people that I want to connect with. Have you heard of Vistage?
No.
These people are the kindest people I've ever met. Like it's a CEO peer group.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's where the CEOs come together and support each other through their trials and their tribulations. And I've met with 3 of them now. And they're just so kind.
Yeah.
Like just kind, good people. Yeah. And I'm so now, because the one thing I know is it's focus on your intention, what you're looking to get. And people will support you in getting it. If there's a saying, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
And so life will continue to life no matter what. And people will, like, I got to say, I am super excited for what you're getting ready to do, because you're not just a person who fights battles, you fight them with complete intentionality. Like I like the way you strategize.
Yeah.
And some people, they're fighting the battle in the stance. Like that doesn't do anything. Like, boo, you suck. Boo, yeah. I'll kill you. Like, like, all right, your life has like, only not changed at all.
So it's like, it's funny you say that, because like I've done this before, but I did it behind the scenes where like I was the one that prepared all of the like talking points for the people that went into those meetings. And I was the one that put together the educational material and did the tastings of the products to educate them. But I didn't directly influence or educate those people. I just provided the data and the information and the speaking points. So it's a really fun evolution. I'm glad you said it that way, because like I've been very vocal recently about my political views, and I'm very apolitical in the sense that I believe that the game of politics actually inhibits the everyday American. Like I think the game of politics holds us all back from our true potential. So I'm a non-affiliated voter. I'm not on a political party. And from that centrist standpoint, I do have a voice and opinion. I don't think one's better or worse than the other. I think they all have, I understand where both people get to and how they get there. It doesn't mean I agree with them, but I at least take the time to understand how they got there.
Yep.
And I think that the biggest thing is I've always been behind the scenes and do all that stuff. And now it's like to really be in this age now of my evolution. And for me, I have to speak very from the heart on this because these products that I'm about to go and defend, these are the products that got me into sobriety.
Mm-hmm.
Like these are the products that I inserted in my life, and they're a genetic material, they're a molecule that doesn't psychologically affect me in an addiction way. Like I
Yep.
can literally sit down and have one or two of these and not touch any more the rest of the night, or not even touch any more for a week or whatever. It's just
Yep.
for social settings and whatever else. And I think that's the real thing that I think people need to understand is there bad elements and there's crap and cartoons in the gas stations and the vape shops? Absolutely. And they need to
Mm-hmm.
be regulated. I'm standing
Mm-hmm.
up for my business and my clients because my clients have lab testing. They're made in America. Like they are true to what the regulation is. And they serve not only a fun aspect for people, but they serve a viable tool to other people too. Like a lot of people don't think about that when you just want to get sober from alcohol or anything, there needs to be a bridge. Like people go cold, it's very rare that somebody goes cold turkey, like
Mm-hmm.
truly just like cold turkey without any bridge, any medication, any tools. And that's a story that I think that the people don't understand. And the next part that's really going to get you is listen to this scenario. The other part of the hemp beverages and the topical creams that's rose in demand is because veterans cannot use those products because they do have random drug testing and things like that for VA benefits.
Mm-hmm.
They actually aren't allowed to get medical marijuana licenses. So they're forced into either taking pills for their PTSD and their aches and their pains. But then they found when this became legal, they found an avenue with these beverages and with these topical creams where they could not cure, but let's say curb their anxiety, quell
Mm-hmm.
their cravings. And then they don't have access to something that is legal because of a stipulation in the law. And it's really funny also that the government wanted to be like, oh, it's for the safety of children. But there's a 365-day ban until the ban happens where it's time to build regulation. Well, you just proved right there it's not about the safety of the children if you can wait another year. Really,
Yep.
what it is it's regulatory. And here's the kicker, Clifford. And this is because I've worked 21 years in the alcohol industry and I've worked the last 7 in the cannabis industry. What just happened was all the big breweries and the big soda companies and the big water companies realize that you're not going to quell that American demand that just has existed for the last 7 or 8 years with the hemp beverages. And
Mm-hmm.
now you want to own it. So what do you do when you need to own it? You
Yep.
lobby, you pass legislation to choke the industry, drive down the valuation of the brands. Then you acquire those brands to position yourself in the industry. And then you get legislation passed within the 365-day period. And all of a sudden you're now the king of alcohol and soda and water. And
Mm-hmm.
now you're the king of THC.
Yep.
That's not
Yep.
a conspiracy theory. That's how this stuff works with corporations. Because if they truly cared about the safety of children and wanted to regulate this and they wanted to ban this, they would have done it effective immediately, not 365 days from now. They wanted
Mm-hmm.
all the corporations to get their ducks in a row to really regulate this the right way and position themselves ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Sorry, I'm so passionate about this. Like it's
please don't not apologize for your passion. I actually, like, I'm a really big believer and component on when we can take our passion and then we can condense our passion down
yeah.
where we can drop it into other people. Because what I've learned is you got to get so fucking good at the game, like great at it. And the game is not this, it's got to be shady. It's got to be, no, it can be clean, pure, and ethical.
Yep.
And intentional. And as I've gone through my journey, I go, okay, when I can take that passion and condense it and find my people, my followers, scares people. Scares corporations. Like, it was cool watching when corporations shake and get a little bit like, oh shit, they're under us. Like, I'm like, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, man, because here's the other thing. On Monday and Tuesday, we're not just meeting with lawmakers in the state capitol, we're meeting with the beer trade organizations. So all the statewide organizations for the bars and restaurants and the breweries and the beer retailers. So we're going right with them and sitting down
Mhm.
with them. And I'm uniquely positioned because of my dual experience that I can really bridge this conversation and show people how similar everybody is and how everybody can grow together. And I think
Mhm.
that's what I feel compelled with. And I compelled is really the word, is that
Mhm.
I have a unique experience that I've worked in both industries that I feel like I can bridge some conversations and some understandings.
Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. I'm gonna remind me, there's a woman that may be a great connection for you. And just super heart-centered individual. I gotta actually invite her into the podcast. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Super heart-centered, powerhouse of a woman, speaker in the hemp industry as
Right.
well. And
Oh,
yeah, you know,
let her know that she should come on here. And then also we can put her on the other one where we're featuring all the industry leaders.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Tell her, yeah, we can do two shows and yeah, bang it out.
yeah, yeah. Because I'm since our mind focuses on what we focus on, I go, okay, what do I have? The fact that we even have a podcast to be able to share our message in the way that we want to share our message, that's powerful,
Yeah.
right? And then it's like, okay, the the playing field is more equal than we think. It always is. It's just our brains love going after like it's fucked up. Like, yeah, it is. Like, okay, what are you gonna do about it? What do you got?
And here's the other thing is, I mean, this is a great evolution for the show and for our audience is we're not just floating heads behind a screen and just preaching what we think. Like
Yeah.
starting Monday here, I'm rolling up my sleeves and I'm marching right up to the state capitol and I'm defending my industry and my business and all the communities that are affected by it. And so
Yep.
I want people to also understand that we don't just sit here and spew shit out of our ass. Like
Oh
we're
yeah.
actually doing the things and we're going and spending the time to advocate for ourselves and to be a voice for ourselves and those around us.
100%. I will tell you. So one of the most embarrassing times of my life, and it's to prove a point to leaders, myself, you, everybody that I'm talking to. So the first time I had to wear a singlet was extremely embarrassing and very cold.
I used to be I was a t-shirt kid because I was a chunky boy. You probably were too.
Yeah,
I was a t-shirt kid.
you feel so naked, and you're like, I gotta wear what? Dude, half of our team quit just for wearing singlets alone. They're like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
You gotta buy the special underwear, the special
Yep.
t-shirt.
So I'm wearing this singlet. I put it on and I go out and I get my first victory. And it feels so good. Just to and you go through something and you don't know what you're becoming when you're going through it, because once you go through it, you become a different person. Like you literally have a transformation through that process. And now I'm taking my little ones through theirs. I got a 9 and a 4-year-old, and they get to experience life as they're navigating it and learning it and growing through it. And I'm so grateful that I put that singlet on, because there was that point where my mind was thinking like, okay, do I put this on or do I not put this on? Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to show up? And when I showed up, it was worth it. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. So everything that you do actually expands you and grows you, and you learn if you're willing to pick apart the lessons. So I'm navigating this entrepreneurial journey, going through my process, and I end up finding a guy. He's an NLP specialist. Now, NLP, neuro linguistic programming, powerhouse of an individual, and he's teaching me something that's so damn cool. Like I had awareness around it and I was learning it. Like I have my dark side, I have my light side. And I actually wanted to like crush my dark side. Like I'm like, okay, if I kill this side of me and then the light side of me just does its thing, then I'm good. And he says it's two sides protecting the wholeness of the individual, and they pull against each other. And he goes, when you get them aligning and going forward towards the mission, towards the goal, towards the creation, towards the leadership, you supercharge everything that you're going after. And I say it was something that I was starting to get because I'm all about reflecting. I'm all about reflecting because I had a lot of trauma at a really young age. So I'm like, oh crap, I gotta look within. Like, holy crap, what do I got? And so I'm going through this process and I'm listening to this guy, and I go, holy crap, this game's an internal game. Like, it's fully internal. It's 100% internal. And when it came to ownership, one thing that I actually had to learn, because I love people so much, I want to see people win so badly, that I actually learned there's times I want to see them win more than they want to see themselves win. I'm like, all right. So when a person says, and this is crazy, I'm going to give 150%, you actually can only give 100%. But it will feel like you're giving 150% if you're giving 100 and someone else is giving 50.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going like, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to figure this out. I go, holy crap. No more. I finally had to say no more. And I had to say, I got to put my singlet on and let everyone else put their singlet on and get on the mat and do what they want to do and create the journey they want to create. So to all you amazing leaders, I just want to share with all of you, myself included, because I'm never just talking to you, I'm talking to me too. If you want something, go get it. Go after it. Go speak it out. And Nate, I'm proud of you, my brother. And I know you're proud of yourself. You should be, because you're going to do that in real time. Like, you're going out to do what you're like, no, this isn't right. This is what I'm doing. And this is what I'm going to stand for.
It's kind of like what we were talking about on the phone before earlier today. It's like every good man feels like protective of their children and protective of their family and their spouse and whatever. But it's like, it's a different feeling when you are protective of an issue, and there's a lot of issues that kind of happen. And it's also interesting when, I've lived a interesting career in two very regulated industries where, yeah, laws can change at a moment's notice and completely disrupt everything you're doing. So like to constantly have to be fluid and pivot and navigate those things, it's like I feel like sometimes like it's like running through a pond on leap pads all the time, and it's like which leap pad is this? The leap pad that's going to hold me, or is this the one that's going to put me under? Like, which one is this? A strong one? I don't know. That's kind of what it's what it feels like. And it's what's funny is it's never stopped. It's been like that since the very beginning. Helping craft breweries do the same thing 15 years ago, navigating and fighting against big beer at that time to get their place on the shelf, and all kinds of shady things that were going on then as well. So it's like it's a constant evolution of battling for yourself and your voice and your place in the world of that world.
Yep. Well, what's so cool too, I have created a formula called impact. And I'm looking back at my journey and I'm realizing there's so many learning lessons through the game. Like, what's really cool about this, like, we can even take this in an entrepreneurial world. As you're jumping on the lily pads, like, yeah, some of them are going to take you under. Some of them are like, oh, that one's sturdy, that one's sturdy, that one's sturdy. And you're literally learning which ones are sturdy and which ones are not. And what's interesting, I go, oh my goodness, you can focus on getting yourself really good at the game, or you can help others get good at the game. And in helping them get good, you get good. You get better. Because when you start check marking those lily pads and say like, okay, this one's good, this one's good, this one's good, this one's not so good, this one totally sucks, avoid this one.
And I intentionally use the lily pad as an example because sometimes people use the landmines as an example.
Yeah,
And landmines gives that tone that it's over if you step on the wrong one. And that's what I think a lot of people in business feel like, where they're like, if you make one mistake or you had one business that crashed and you lost a lot of money, then you must not be cut out for business. And it's
yeah,
like that's just like the worst mentality in the world. So it's like I keep it as lily pads because it's just water in the grand scheme of your life. Like it's
yeah.
just some damp clothes. It's nothing that some sunlight wouldn't dry out.
I like that. I really do like that because I have heard it as landmines before.
Yeah.
And I'm built for it tough. Like, so I'm just like, ah. And as I've navigated, one thing that I've learned, you can coach anybody. Because some people just aren't built the same way that I'm built. I'm literally built that way. Like I'm built, I'm gonna go after what I want and I'm gonna get it no matter effing what. And then there's some people who are like, if the wind blows one way wrong, I'm not doing this anymore. Like I'm completely out. And because I bring up the word kindness, I think it's such a powerful word. I think it's such a powerful word. I've taken people that people wouldn't even give a chance to, and I'm not going to say we molded them because they do have to have their stake in it too. But a person just needs someone to believe in them more than they believe in themselves. Like I actually see this consistently. And what's even more interesting, it was crazy. The people who actually have more to offer or more value to give actually think they have less than the people who don't have any value to give. The people who don't have any value to give think they are like the god shit, where I'm important, I matter, I'm going to speak about this, yada, yada, yada. And they're just noise and they don't even know it.
Yeah. It's it's kind of it's like a dog scenario, you know what I mean? The Chihuahuas are always the loudest.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like
100%.
like I hate to equate it to that, but it is because it's all projection and bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
It's
virtue
like
signaling and projection.
what I do love too. Like if someone, I'm not telling people to go kick chihuahuas, so please do not go kick chihuahuas.
There goes that PETA
All of
sponsorship
a
we were
sudden there's
talking
this
about.
rampant thing of
Yeah.
chihuahuas getting kicked all over the place. Like,
I
but
just finished talking to the American Humane Society about a sponsorship.
but what I am saying is when life shows up to people, people tend to respond.
Mhm.
And so I look at life and I tell people, like, I want people to tell me the truth as much as possible. Like it allows, even if it doesn't feel right away, it just allows me to do what I need to do. And I've also learned like to let chihuahuas be chihuahuas because they're not the breed that I serve.
Yep, you're exactly right. It's I think did I send you that picture of that new button I got, which was do no harm, take no shit.
Yes. Yes. I love it.
Like that's pretty much what I feel like. It's like, you know, you're chirping Chihuahua, just let him walk by. You know, let him walk on by. It's
100%. As long
it's
as they
also
don't pee up my leg, we're cool.
yeah. Don't bite my ankle. No, it's we've all experienced Chihuahuas in our lives that just talk, and it's just vapid hot air.
Yep. Yep. 100%. Like I'm even as I'm navigating my leadership journey, I go, oh my goodness. Leaders need someone to listen to them. Like I was so shocked. Like that was what they would need because people listen to them, but they listen to them because of what they're bringing to them. They don't actually listen to them as a human being. And I'm like, wow, they don't get that at all. And I would have never guessed that. I actually didn't even know I was going to work with leaders when I first started. Did I ever tell you I went to an anxiety group on like this was on Facebook. And I went to the group and I tried serving people in that group. It was funny. What a learning lesson that was. Like I'm like, all right, you're going to go into your greatest life. You're going to do amazing things. You're going to create impact. And when I realized they just wanted to be able to get through the front door, like I was like, oh, okay, that's not what I was expecting. And it's no judgment, no shame, no anything on anybody, just because I actually supported some of them in going through the front door. I'm like, oh, okay, well, if I can help you with that. But what I've learned as I've navigated this, you really get to learn who you are when you look at like, okay, who do I serve? Why do I serve them? What do I serve them for? How am I showing up? And then Socrates says, know thyself, which is to me one of the most powerful quotes ever. Know thyself. Because when you know yourself, you know where to position yourself and you know how to figure out how to win. And now I actually want to share something with you. This is interesting. I didn't even know this was going to go here. One thing about me, I love being the underdog. I love it. And the other thing about me, it would scare me and has scared me to be the guy who's fighting the underdog.
He's always got more to lose, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was like, oh my goodness. And it happened to me in my fight career where I was like, I had everything. I was the guy who was supposed to win. I was supposed to show up. And this might be a cool conversation for everybody. Hopefully everybody finds value out of it. Dude, I had such a headache. I had trouble sleeping. It wasn't like me. I'm like, what in the heck's going on? And I'm freaking out. And I get into the fight and I end up crushing the guy. But I realized like I put so much pressure on myself. And then the other crazy thing that I realized was the people who love me are still going to love me. And the people who hate me are still going to hate me. Like that, in the grand scheme of things, that match did mean much, but it meant everything to me in that moment. And I go, wow, being human is something else.
There's two things to that. One is if you really start to layer that onion out, did that match really mean anything to you, or did it matter how everybody was going to react to the outcome of that match? So it was irrelevant to you, but it was the public reaction you were worried about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like seeing people talking about how you're done, you suck, you lost to such and such. Yeah, that is it. It's like it's an internal world and an external world. They both work hand in hand.
And you think about it, like what you're talking about with the anxiety group too, like when you said about the getting out the door thing, it's something we touch on very lightly in this, but I think it's a good part of the conversation is we talk a little bit about, the people starting businesses and how that's like a big hurdle. And then we talk about, you going from amateur to UFC in 10 months. But one of the things that I think we have to realize as well is what we talk about is it's about what it is, the way you see the world. So in the energy and the stress and the anxiety that somebody might have to getting out the door, if they're agoraphobic or whatever it is, or they're antisocial or an introvert, that energy that they expend doing that sometimes is the equivalent of the energy you expended getting through the UFC stuff when it comes to the mental struggle that's going on. Yeah. And I think what I want people to take away from this is that it's really about that more so than the physical a lot of times, because if you can't get past the mental, then the physical doesn't even come into play. Yep. So it's like that's where the catalyst is, and that's where the off and on switch is. That's where people either burn out and die and just disappear, or they continue to persevere. And I think that's the most important part that we overlook. Because in my mind, like there used to be a time in my life when I wasn't as confident and I didn't have, an understanding of the world in a way where you and I would meet and I would be like, oh, I could never be Clifford. you know, because
Mm.
I could never do that. But
Yep.
over time and in the past couple of years, it's like, no, anybody can do remotely anything they want. Now, obviously, access is a different thing. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have timing, you have to have different things, you have to know the right people for certain types of elevations. But when it comes to just achieving a project or a goal, or like we talk about mowing the backyard you've been ignoring for years, just that switch in your head to take something that you've procrastinated on or you didn't believe that you could, and turning the switch mentally to believing you can, that's a lot of what the battle is. The rest falls into place when that is your guiding light.
That's huge. Yeah, absolutely. And wow, that's really cool because I'm looking back at that kid putting a singlet on, and you can snuffle it, like the external world can snuffle it too, and say like, hey kid, why are you putting a singlet on? Can't you see everybody can see your pecker and it's kind of small? Like, oh God, no, I'm never gonna do that. Or be like, yeah, put the singlet on. You're gonna be amazing. I've seen you wrestle, I've seen you practice. You look great. This is gonna be awesome. And so your mind's gonna really take on that external world. And that's where I go back to know that everything you do matters. Everything. Even if you believe in yourself or don't believe in yourself, both matter.
Let me go back to the singlet with myself. I
Mm,
became a really good wrestler and a really good leader when I took the t-shirt off from underneath my singlet. And it wasn't because
mm,
of the work that I did. It was because of the mental shift that I did by actually taking off that armor and being like, this is
mm.
my body. I don't give a shit what you think about it because I'm here to do what I like to do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never thought
Yeah,
about it that way until this conversation right now. And I have chills all over my body as I never thought about that as the catalyst moment.
yeah, yeah. That's so you have things happen and you know that you're different and you're showing up differently, but you don't even look at it. And that goes back to I thought when I started my entrepreneurial journey, people would tell me how amazing it was going to be and how simple it was going to be. And they meant it for me. And I look back and I go, oh my goodness, everyone was right for themselves. Because to me, I was lost. Like, I'm like, I don't know what the heck. And there was one person, because I actually did believe this. So I first start off and I got a guy, he goes, wait a minute, you fought in the UFC in less than a year? And I go, yes. He goes, do you have all of that documented? Like, do you have like your whole process and everything? I go, like 98%. What I didn't know was it was all in my head. And that doesn't really matter. It wasn't documented in the way that he was talking about documented. It was all in here. And I look back at that and go, oh my goodness, like that person who just started, he was being in his integrity. Like he really believed that. Like, I guess there's a chihuahua in all of us. And we all got to get some of our chihuahua kicked out of us. I don't know, but it's one of those things you're always learning, growing, figuring things out. And I look back, I go, wow, I didn't even have like 0.1% of it documented by any means.
It's a little bit of Chihuahua and a little bit of what us entrepreneurs do, which is agree and figure it out later. I used to it used in my younger years, in my early days of running the business, that was an imposter syndrome of mine where I was like scrambling because I had no idea how to fix things. And the best part is, like, I feel very confident in most scenarios where I'm like, if I don't have the answer, I can figure out the answer because I'm resourceful now. You know what I mean? Like, where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I will figure that out.
Yep. Yep. And what was crazy? So when I was going through my process, I really thought a leader had all the answers. So what did I go do? I went to go find all the answers. Like I'm like, all right, let's go hyperdrive. and and I'm like, crap. I can't find them all. I can't find them all. I do a mastermind, and I learned a lot in that mastermind. I also learned, it was funny. It's like me and two other white belts, and everyone else is black belts and brown belts. And they're just kicking the shit out of us white belts. And what was funny, someone I'm actually coaching a fellow white belt. So we're moving up as we're navigating this, but I'm coaching her, and she told me, she goes, your ability to stand up to people, like even if you don't know how to, like that just inspired me. And I go, oh my goodness, like that is me through and through. Like I'm going to stand up no matter what. You might knock me down, but guess what? I can always get back up. So just like the lily pad, like, yeah, I just got a little bit wet. Let me hang out in the sun for a little bit, dry off, but I'll be back.
Dude, when I was in high school, I couldn't beat my junior and senior year. I couldn't beat I was 189, the 189 pounder junior year, and I couldn't beat the 189 pounder my senior year. And they were just too good. So it was like, I can't start. But what was open was 215 and heavyweight. And I was like, all right, well, I only weigh 191 pounds. And so I was cutting weight to get to 189, but I was going to give up a shitload of weight in order to go up. And that was pretty much the decision I had to make. I was like, I've wrestled my entire life since I was 8 years old. I said, I'm not like, I don't have aspirations of going into college to wrestle or anything like that. And so I had to wrestle up. And there was two choices I could make, which one was bulk up and become as big as those guys and then wrestle that way, or stay small and nimble and give up nearly 100 pounds at every match and try to figure out a new way of being the underdog in that. And that changed the trajectory of my career as well. I ended up going to states twice and nationals and everything like that because I ended up wrestling up and doing that underdog thing. I tell you what, man, going toe to toe sometimes at 16, 17 years old, and a kid's like 75 pounds more than you. And that referee blows that whistle. And I'll tell you one time, I think I might've told this story before a long time ago, but it was in my junior year at states in the finals. And I go in on this guy that I've been wrestling before, and I beat him plenty of times. And it was one of those things when you wrestle those big boys, you can wrestle them and you can win and be agile and be flat, more stronger, quicker, but you better damn well not let them ever on top of you. Because that's the number one thing. Like to get that, to be able to push that weight off takes an exponential strength. And I go in for, my thing was a lateral drop. Like I was a 5-point or a pin kind of guy. And my thing was like most times, like at that junior and senior year, dude, I was 30 seconds and out. I was lateral dropping you and I was pinning you. And I go in for my lateral drop to kind of close it all out. It's all in my head. I envision the whole thing, his feet going over my shoulders, and we're going for the pin. As I go to take that step, I step past his foot instead of in front of his foot. And as soon as I stepped in front of his foot, I was like, fuck, I'm pulling him on top of me. And sure as shit, I just literally on the camera, it looks like I just hugged this man and then just brought him onto me and just pinned myself within 17 seconds.
Oh, I feel you, brother. So I got two stories for you.
Paulo, good luck to you. I know every once in a while you do follow this stuff. So yeah, that guy I'm talking about, I'm friends with him on social media and stuff like that. So good on you, Paulo.
Oh, nice. I had this was my freshman and my senior year. So my freshman year, I'm going against a guy, Ventura is his name, 275. And just to give you some context, I had gone undefeated as a freshman and I moved up to varsity. So I beat our varsity guy, our junior guy, to go into the regionals. And I'm going against this guy. And he sits on me. At least that's what it felt like to me. Like it just felt like he just fucking, I don't even know how I got in the position that I got into. I just knew I was on my back. And I'm sitting there yelling like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And the ref goes, If you can scream, you can breathe.
That's what that was always the referee's comment was if you can
And
scream,
I
you
was
can
like,
breathe.
that effing sucked. Because to me, I really felt like I couldn't breathe. I thought I was going to die. At least that's what it felt like as a freshman kid going against a guy who's got 100 pounds on you. So
You know,
fast forward my senior year comes up, and I'm going against a guy that I should dead to rights. I've beaten him like 4 times this year. I know what's going down. I'm getting ready to be the undefeated state champion. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me just hurry up and pin this guy, do my thing. He lateral throws me. I'm in the air going like, fuck. I see the lights. And I had just enough composure to keep my fingers on the mat so that both scapulas wouldn't touch the ground.
nice.
And I'm like, all right, if I can just get through this round, So I end up making it through the round, pin the guy like 15 seconds in the second round. And it was a major learning lesson for me. Everyone always has a chance. Always. Don't let your finger off the trigger. And when you think you're too good, life will let you know real quickly you're just like everybody else. And the cool thing, what I love to say to people, to my entrepreneurs, to my leaders, you don't have to lose to get the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Like I won, and I realized like I fucked up. Like that was on me. And I could have lost it all. I wouldn't have been the state champion that I wanted. I did become an undefeated state champion, but all it takes is 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
1 second of, oh, I got this in the bag. Like, stay in your game. Stay in your game.
I don't have enough fingers and hands to count the amount of times where in the 11th hour something happened and changed everything that I've been planning for months or years or anything like that. You know, it's funny you brought up senior year. Mine's a short one. Is senior year state championship, first and second championship finals against a guy I saw a million times, and we went back and forth, win, lose. So it was a draw. It was a draw match. Everybody's excited. I'm excited. I go in to shoot right off the bat, right as the whistle blows. I go in for a single. I caught my shoe on a piece of the mat that wasn't connected with the tape and rolled my ankle and like tore like a bunch of muscles and sprained my ankle in the first 4 seconds of the championship match. So think about that. You spend your entire wrestling career. You start when you're 8 years old. This is your championship match at states to close out your entire career. And I didn't even get to participate in it. I had to go to the hospital. So then you go the photos of me and him. I obviously get second place by default. He gets first by injury default, and I'm sitting there with a cast on my knee all the way down. Thankfully, they waited for me to get back from the hospital to take the photos on the placards and everything like that. So like I was able to do it, and it was like started the tournament by getting in the 100 win club. You know what I mean? So that was like a big victory and a state school record and all that stuff. So I had 100 wins on my record, and then closed out the tournament in the hospital.
Yeah. And what I do got to say, I love your ability to laugh about it, because that's how you win this game.
Exactly, dude. If I couldn't laugh at this stuff, I wouldn't have my own business for the last 17 years.
Yeah. I talked with one of my vets, and I mean, this guy has seen some crazy things, and he would share stories with me. I'm like, holy crap. And I go, dude, like, you're so cool. How do you stay cool around all of this stuff that you see and that you deal with? And he goes, man, like, you could either laugh about it or cry about it. Like, you get 2 options. And I'm like, that's a really good point. Like,
dude, I experienced them all. Like I experienced like months-long depression after like a layoff and all kinds of stuff. And then like staying in it and sulking over it, through my experience, has never served me in the long term. Like there's
Yep.
nothing staying in that shame, that guilt, that constant whatever has never served me. And if anything else, all the times where my business stalled and went backwards was those moments where either I was in a depression, or because of something that happened with work or my personal life, or I was spiraling off with alcohol because of the same reason, and I was just masking the other thing. It hasn't been until like real clarity, presence, sobriety, and focus where it's, yeah,
Mhm.
I can laugh about everything because I know that punch that just hit me at 11 a.m. I got to laugh it off because there's going to be another one at 4 p.m. and I got to be ready for that one. You know what I mean? And then I got to run that one off because at 7 a.m. there's going to be a fire drill. So I got to get my fireman's hat on, tomorrow morning. So it's like you don't have
Yep.
time, and it's not a panicky thing. I don't say that in a way where it's like I'm so busy I can't focus. No, that's not what I mean. It's like process,
Mhm.
deal with it, process, deal with it.
Yep.
There. It's just you have to keep pushing stuff away. And well, I know we've talked about it a lot, but it's a very stoic thing. It's a very evolution of my life where it goes into more of a stoicism. It goes more with the let it go theory. Where it's like it's just I don't have time for it, and it's not that I don't have time for you and I don't care about you. It's that if you're not, I'm running on a highway every day. I will champion
Mhm.
everyone that wants to run next to me in that lane. But if you're sitting on the
Mhm.
bleachers, I'm not going to stop running anymore and stop and try to encourage you to come. Like like there's no time for that.
Yep. No, I
Like I'm
love
going to
that.
encourage you once or twice. Let me rephrase. I will always encourage people to
Yep.
get off the bench. I'll encourage you once or twice, but I'm not going to give up the race and spend my day trying to convince you to join the race.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Well, here's what's cool, because since life's a game of figuring out opportunity solutions, I go, okay, what can I give people? Right? Like my mission's to serve 1 billion people. And I realized, I'm like, holy crap, I can't do it by myself. It's just, there's no way. And in realizing that, I go, okay, well, what do I have? What can I give someone? I don't know. Have you written a book yet?
No, I've actually thought about it a lot lately. Is beginning to like chronologically like put a document together with all the years of my life, and then just casually begin to insert stories, and then kind of start
Okay.
there and kind of build it out.
Okay. Because I go, wait a minute, there's always a solution. I go, a solution always exists.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, I'm with you on that. Like, I'm not gonna sit on the bleachers and tell someone they can get in the game and not be in the game. But I also go, okay, what can I do for someone who wants to get in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how could I show up? What could I do? And then I ended up writing a book. And I didn't even realize the book was going to be as impactful as it was. Like I took a lot of energy and depth into putting the book together, but you don't know what it's
Mm-hmm.
going to produce. And when people, I love your book, it's like having my own personal Cliff in my pocket. Like, it's the greatest thing. I'm like, that's awesome. That's what I wanted. But now someone that I don't even know can buy the book and get the lessons. And what was cool, I actually do have reviews of people. It's really cool. People I don't even know writing heartfelt reviews off of the book. And so I go, oh my goodness, I can be anywhere. I just have to ask the right questions. It's always about the right questions. I look at Freddie Roach, who trained Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest boxers ever. And I look back at his journey, and he was a boxer. He was a professional boxer. And he ended up getting the Parkinson's, so he couldn't move the same way. And he went through his process, and he became one of the best coaches on the planet. So I actually ask people, okay, what do you want in your life? And usually when they tell you, they're not that far away from it. They're
Mm-hmm.
usually not that away from it. And I actually think we're faultily programmed to chase this thing so that we can get to the reward, but it's not chase the thing to get to the reward. It's be what you want to be, and rewards will come.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like one of the most powerful things I could share with entrepreneurs, business people, athletes, people looking to live the life they want to live, family members, fathers, mothers, kids. Go after what you want. Be intentional with what you want to be, and your rewards will come to you. It's not the other way around.
We have to realize that like the world is made up of magnets and magnetic energies and all this stuff. We have to realize that we are also components of those magnets. And if we sit here and we hide in a mask, and I'm speaking from a place of I did live a masked life, you know what I mean? And it's one of those things where now things have come to me organically that I never looked out for before because of the fact that I'm living in my true self. I'm living in my purpose, and I'm so transparent that no one is confused when I don't agree with them, or no one is confused when I don't connect with them, because they can look me up and they can see things about me and they can know what's going on. What I think more people need to understand is you don't have to document, you don't have to have a podcast, but if you live your life putting out what you actually fucking believe in, you'll attract those people that actually see that, just like moths
Yep.
on a freaking light. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we're that simple, and it is that simple. Like, we sit around and we say, oh, this didn't happen this way, that didn't happen that way. But you tried to adapt to every trend, and you tried to adapt to what those people wanted to hear. So you sent out confusing messages. Therefore, you got a mixed bag of everything. But if you're putting out exactly what you are at your core, it's easy to filter. And I say this a lot, but I credit you for that, man. You really, like a year and a half ago or whatever, you really pivoted that for me, where it was like, stay there, be yourself, regardless of what they think. And that, yeah, it filtered out everything, and almost nearly immediately in the first 30 days.
Yeah. And thank you for sharing that. What I noticed, and I was shocked, because I like discovering things. I like understanding things. I like figuring things out. And there's people who do have a lot of money and they hate life, like a ton. And they hate life. And I go, how did that happen? Like, how did they get in that position? And it goes straight back to what we were talking about, the internal world and the external world, and having them align and basically ducktail over each other. If you're not aligned internally with what you're putting out externally, you can get all the rewards and then you feel stuck, because now you have all these rewards and it's not even who you are or what you stand for. And I see it. Like, I literally see people like, I hate my life, even though I have everything that I could possibly have in my life.
It's that easy. And it's that easy, because the joy in that life is worth any money in the world. And obviously you know that, and I know that. We know a lot of people that are millionaires in this world and are just miserable people. And they're miserable because they didn't stay in their core and they just chased the money. And now the reflection point comes in, because when you make that money, you're not as busy. You might be busy doing deals, but you're not as busy manual labor and everything like that. So you got a lot of reflection time. And that's when that sits in. You know, when you look to your left and your right and your spouse isn't your best friend, that affects everything. You know what I mean? There's all these different things that you start to realize when you chase the wrong thing.
Yeah. I also want to say my spouse is my best friend, and she just got up. And what's even cooler, she's a rebel like me.
That's the best, man. That's the best.
Yes.
Well, hey, I'll wrap this up and just remind everybody, all joking aside, this is an episode that is always organic, even to the point where we were expecting to interview somebody else. So everything you saw is unscripted, and there's no prep at all, because what you just saw was organically us spinning from a failed guest appearance to an actual episode. So without throwing that guest under the bus, we won't mention their name, and they'll have them on another episode. So no harm, no foul, all good fun there. But I remind everybody, there's no script. This is the realest thing on the internet. There is no influence of anything we're doing. We want everybody. I'll let you close out here, Clifford. But my last thing here is, please walk around with your head up, look a stranger in the eye, say hello. It doesn't cost anything to be a good person.
Hey, amen. Thank you, Nate, as always. Everyone who listened this far, thank you so much. If you like something, please let us know. If you hated something, please let us know. And me and him met on LinkedIn. So if you ever want to connect with us on LinkedIn. Come say what's up. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, you have a great day, buddy.
I'm my brother. You do the same. Take care.
All right, take care, man.